Thank my friend, the gentleman from Florida. Listen, regarding what you gentlemen were just talking about here, I just pulled this up. Examples of actions that could lead to an other than honorable discharge include security violations, use of violence, conviction by a civilian court with a sentence including prison time, or being found guilty of adultery in a divorce hearing. That's not a definitive list. Those are only examples. But here's the irony, I think, that sticks out in all this. Today, we are hearing articulated this new zeal to allow extra measures of respect and deference to veterans, which everybody on this side of the aisle obviously agrees with. But it's really ironic because it was just last week, just a number of days ago, my amendment to do that in the context of the Cicilline gun control bill was flatly, even vehemently denied by every Democrat on this committee. They insisted that veterans who honorably served the country and know how to handle a firearm, who are specifically trained in that, could not be trusted to be exempted as a category like law enforcement officials in their big gun control bill. But the section of the bill that we're talking about here, Section 7, this is really something, because what we're saying here, and for people back home who are watching this, look, the Secretary of Homeland Security has total discretion under the bill to give lawful permanent residency to a veteran, even if that non-citizen veteran committed multiple crimes, trafficked in drugs, smuggled humans across the border, engaged in international child abduction, illegally voted in U.S. elections, you name it. So here's the question, and I mean, this is a good faith question. I'm asking the chair if she would entertain it. You said, effectively in your comments, what I took from that is you said, well, yeah, okay, don't worry. The Secretary has total discretion, but the Secretary of DHH is going to watch that. Don't worry, you know. Why would we allow even the discretion for these categories? I do not understand it. It is madness to me. Why would we not just put it in your bill and say these categories are not allowed? Why would you allow the DHS Secretary to even determine that? It doesn't make any sense. Do you have an answer to that question, Madam Chair?
If the gentleman would yield, if you would read the bill, there are several sections that remove discretion, I've mentioned them before, from the Secretary in terms of applicants who are risk to national security, applicants who have committed or conspired to commit significant human trafficking offenses, an applicant who's been convicted of any of the following aggravated felonies: murder, rape, sexual abuse of a minor, crimes related to the operation of a prostitution ring, and related human trafficking, crimes related to the production, sale, or possession of child pornography. And I would just note further that the general discharge, I would presume that the young man that Mr. Bishop knows who declined the vaccine, that he would not have a dishonorable discharge, that he would have a general discharge, just as someone who has committed adultery would get a general discharge, not a dishonorable discharge. And I hope that clarifies this for you, Mr. Johnson. I yield back.
I thank you for your response. I would say it doesn't clarify it, but because I just don't know why we would even allow for this to be a gray area at all. I yield back to the gentleman from Florida.